Hey everyone, and welcome to Throne Talk, home of Game of Thrones predictions, recaps, and more. Today I'll be breaking down some of the subplots that will be going on in Season 5, meaning I'll be taking a look at what some of the smaller characters on the show will be up to. This is definitely going to be a spoiler-heavy video for both books and show, so make sure you're up to date if you're not a fan of spoilers. First up, Bronn and Jaime. While I still think there's a chance that Bronn will begin the season at Castle Stokeworth, the home of his new wife, it now seems more likely that he'll first pop up in King's Landing for Tywin's funeral. I think Bronn will still be Jaime's sparring partner at the time, knowing how embarrassed Jaime was of his left-handed skills, and that Bronn's silence can be easily bought. If you all haven't seen these spoilery pictures yet, we get to see a glimpse of the two dressed as Dornish guards, seemingly on an undercover mission. I think there's one of two options going on here. Jaime and Bronn will be trying to steal Myrcella away from Dorne, or the two of them are there to deliver the head of the Mountain and what remains of Oberyn, as a way to ease the tensions between the Lannisters and the Martells. However, we also get this second picture, which shows Jaime in full-on Dornish garb, which makes me think that something goes horribly wrong and he's forced to stay in Dorne against his will. Nothing even remotely like this happens in the books, by the way, but there's both some pros and cons here. On one hand, we get more of Bronn, who was barely mentioned at all past the third book, but we also miss out on Jaime heading north to the Riverlands. I'm hoping someone else will be sent north in Jaime's place though, because we don't really know what happened on the show to the Stark loyalists that were off fighting elsewhere at the time of the Red Wedding. Next up, Jorah and Tyrion. So we also got some pretty juicy leaked Jorah Mormont pictures for Season 5. Here we see the bear fending off multiple attackers in a fighting pit in Meereen. I'm not sure exactly how long filming in Spain has been going on for, but I know that in Ireland they began shooting as early as July, so I think this scene could be taking place more towards the end of the season. A lot of people think that Jorah's story will be somewhat like his story in the books, where he captures Tyrion intent on presenting him to Dany, before ending up in service to Jaqen. However, I think deciding to become a gladiator would fit with Jorah's character, as he doesn't really have anywhere else to go. He's just lost the woman he loves, and he really has nothing to live for, so at least he could seek an honorable death with a sword in his hand. Getting back to Tyrion though, I think that rather than Jaqen making him a performer, I think he will actually be sold to H'ghar, Dany's new husband. As a servant, Dany would never think Tyrion was a Lannister, or else he would probably be in the fighting pits too. Number 3. Bran Stark. After the actor who played Hodor revealed that he was taking the season off, many people assumed that we'd miss out on Bran as well, but the young actor has confirmed that he will be appearing in Season 5 in some form. The biggest news so far that we've gotten for Season 5 is that flashbacks are coming. As we saw last season, Bran is able to use his green sight powers to see visions with the help of weirwood trees. This season, he will be training with the Three-Eyed Raven, which should give him even more powerful visions, giving us flashbacks on the show. As far as what to expect from the flashbacks, all we know for sure is that there will be more than one. There's tons of possibilities of where this could go, which is why my next video is going to be the top flashbacks that I'd like to see on the show. On a small side note, I'm also hoping that the Three-Eyed Raven, who is a confirmed character, will give us some insight as to why the White Walkers are suddenly marching south, because he's seemingly the only person who would know at this point. Next up, Loras Tyrell. So way back in Season 2, right after Renly's death, Loras tells Littlefinger that what he desires most is to put a sword through Stannis' face. I don't expect that anything has changed for Loras in that respect, so he'll be looking for ways to get out of King's Landing. That being said, all of the leaks thus far show Loras staying put, with one video even showing him engaging several members of the Faith in an alleyway, presumably after Marjorie is implicated. Though I doubt if the show would do it, I would be happy if Loras is sent in Jaime's place to the Riverlands or somewhere north to deal with Stark loyalists or the Ironborn, as the actor playing him is fantastic and he's really underused in my opinion. At the Wall, Mance Rayder and Alliser Thorne. The Wildling army should be all but decimated at this point. Mance is captured, Tormund Giantsbane is injured and locked up, and the leader of the Thenns is dead thanks to Jon. We know that Melisandre is a bit obsessed with blood magic, so if there's a man filled with king's blood within her grasp, she's most likely going to try and sacrifice him to the Lord of Light. Also, the Night's Watch is currently without a Lord Commander, and last season we saw two people step up to try and fill that void: Jon Snow and Sir Alliser Thorne at the Battle of Castle Black. The actor playing Thorne revealed he will be back for this season, and I suspect he'll be Jon's main opponent in the election process. Lastly, Gendry and Varys. After Davos saves him from being burned alive by Melisandre in Season 3, we really don't know where King Robert's only remaining son has gone. After departing from Dragonstone, Gendry only has like 3 options of where he could have been headed. He could row south, ending up back in King's Landing. He could go north, most likely to the Vale. Or he could end up across the Narrow Sea. Gendry was supposedly spotted on one of the sets for Season 5, and out of the 3 options, I think Essos is the most likely place for him to end up. Unfortunately, I think Varys will find Gendry in Essos, and begin conspiring to use him as a distraction from his true plan. There's been nothing but silence so far about whether the Griffs will be coming on for Season 5, and if they are truly skipped over, I think it impacts Varys' character more than anyone else on the show. To me, Aegon was a perfect match for Varys for multiple reasons, but mostly because he was trained to rule from a young age, and also spent time amongst the commoners, which means he would serve the good of the realm as a king. Leaving him out would mean Varys' plan would have been to get Viserys or Dany on the throne from the beginning, but it just seems to me like Varys would have had a more elaborate plan than that. So I'm hoping we find out that Varys has some shocking plan that nobody could have thought of, or else his character really wouldn't be as epic as it was in the books. As a bonus character, I'm taking a look at Jaqen H'ghar. So Jaqen H'ghar is only rumored to be returning, but when asked in an interview about these rumors, Maisie Williams, who plays Arya, neither confirmed nor denied the subject. Jaqen's last lines in the Season 2 finale were, of course, "If the day may comes when you must find me again, just give that coin to any man from Bravos." That was such an epic scene and quote, and it's clear that definitely the two characters were going to meet up again at some point, so why not now in Season 5? I think it would be pretty cool if he trained Arya himself, or we at least see him at the House of Black and White. Now that he has a new face, and most likely a new name, some people might think that he would be recast if he was to return. But I think that since Tom Lachicha's performance was so iconic, and because he also voiced the split second after he changed his face, he's the only actor who could really play him at this point. Thanks for watching this episode of Throne Talk. Comment below what you guys think will happen to these characters, and let me know which subplots you are most looking forward to seeing in Season 5. As always, leave your suggestions for what you'd like to see for future videos, and hit subscribe for more Throne Talk. Valar Morghulis.